All right, guys, I'm back here with the A-team, posted up in Baltimore, following another Chiefs win, their 8th straight. Guys are 9-5 right now. Wow. And this was a big one, 34-14 over the Ravens. I think we can all agree that the Ravens are a bad team right now. We saw the Ravens make a lot of mistakes, but look, if the Chiefs are a good team, they came in here and did what they were supposed to do, which is win by double digits over a bad team. But as always, I'm not going to sit here and grandstand immediately. That comes later. I want to know what my 3 compadres have to think about this game. That's what you guys watch for anyway, us that and to see us have a good time. So let's see, who am I going to dish this out to this time? Who hasn't been first in a while?
I haven't been first for a while. It doesn't mean I want to be first, but
You're going first now.
I just wanted to note that.
Hannibal, give it to me. Give me your takeaway from this game.
All right, takeaway from this game is, first of all, this was just the word that came to mind for me was tidy. This was a tidy win for the Chiefs. This wasn't, they played poorly and barely won. They won handily. And really, it plays to formula. This game really plays to formula in my mind. Sam will probably get into this later, but you were asking questions I thought were really the right questions afterwards. I don't know who was biting on or not, but the point being, you get the lead and you kind of just put them in the sleeper hold. Yeah. And to me, there's no doubt they changed the way they played once they got the lead, by the way, which was forged by 3 hideous Baltimore mistakes. I mean, just terrible. And I don't call that luck. I call that the Chiefs aren't. It's a product of the Chiefs not botching those kind of plays and having the wherewithal, the means, whatever you want to call it, to exploit it when others make those mistakes. That's just good football.
Absolutely. Blair, let me hear what you got to say. What's your takeaway from this thing?
Well, I've got a few. How about the Chiefs on the road this year? This was their last road game. They finished 5-3 on the road. That's 2 years out of the last 3, or 2 years in Andy Reid's 3 years here. They got a winning road record. Since the NFL went to a 16-game schedule in 1978, the Chiefs had 5 seasons of 5 or more road victories. They've done it 2 of the last 3 years with Andy Reid. And the formula is about the same in all of these games. The defense steps up and produces touchdowns. They've had a defensive touchdown in each of the last 3 road games. That's really impressive. They've outscored their opponents 50-0 in the fourth quarter of the last 4 or 5 games. I can't remember which one it is. But
hold on, Face. You're taking all my stats now. Okay, now.
I'll stop. Here's one thing. Here's my
one more.
Then I'll stop.
That's a nice little F you to me. All right.
Stop with the stats. One thing that I think if you're a Chiefs fan, special teams kind of got their act together today. Yep. Daniel Sorensen snuffed out the fake punt. Yep. And Cairo Santos matched his career-long 53-yard with a field goal, 53 yards. It wasn't a perfect game for special teams. Frankie Hammonds lost 10 yards on a punt return. They had a penalty on a punt that kept the Baltimore drive alive, but I thought that they played a lot better today.
Absolutely, man. Good take, good solid all-around takes there. And we're going to let Sam go ahead and hit third in this thing. So what do you got, man? What do you got?
First of all, if the Baltimore Sun reporters are doing a video, they should be doing it in front of a trash can like we did in Minneapolis. They got nothing.
I know.
But I think
you mean you weren't impressed with Jimmy Clausen?
No.
You didn't think they were?
No. But I thought that the Chiefs did what a good team should do against a bad team. They got up, and there was never... The Chiefs got outgained by like 89 yards, I think it was. Yeah. And there was never one moment where you thought they were going to lose this game. No. They did exactly what a good team is supposed to do against a bad team. And I thought that nothing really all that, grand happened, which is exactly what they need at this point in the season. Stack wins, you're playing bad teams. They got one more bad team, and then depending on what you think of Oakland, I think Oakland's pretty good. Some people disagree. But that's exactly... what you need to do. Mike DeVito came back and played, so they're getting healthier. You're a week closer to Justin Houston coming back. And the other thing that I thought about is when Clark Hunt took over, he talked about this steadiness. He wanted a consistent franchise. And the cruel truth is that since he took over, you can describe the Chiefs in so many different ways, and consistency would not be one of them. And they finally kind of maybe have that. This is kind of sad, but this is the first time that they'll have 3 winning records in a row since 1997, which is a long time ago. So, I mean, I think that they're finally, with Andy Reid, a strong coaching staff, good veteran leadership, they're finally kind of at a place where, they think that they should have been for a long time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess I'll just wrap this thing up by saying two things. Number one, obviously Marcus Peters gets to rap Triple Air horn. 7 interceptions this year.
Yeah.
You think about these kind of things, right, Sam? Like, what would your over-under on interceptions for Peters have been at the start of this season?
I mean,
like 2.5?
I was going to say 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5, something like that. The guy's got 7. That's one more than the entire Chiefs team had all of last season.
That's
absurd. That's an absurd stat, That's crazy. And my last thing is Ja Reed. Big week for him.
Yeah.
Got a contract extension a few days before the game, comes out, gets a big backside block, on a 38-yard touchdown run by Sharkandrick West. And he did it against his former team.
Yeah.
This is a guy that got cut, was drafted by the Ravens, got cut 4 years later, came back in this building, this place where he played and was booed and all that, and was a part of a winning team that got the win. So you could tell how happy Ja was after the game. He was, just grinning from ear to ear, just couldn't be happy to A, get the win, and B, kind of come back here and show people what he could do. So shout out to him. And obviously, I feel like you guys covered it. Like, you guys covered all the major angles of this game. Like, this is a team that did what they're supposed to do against a bad team. Holler at me in 2 weeks against Oakland, right? Because, can Cleveland win? I don't think so, unless Manziel start turning and running around and doing stuff. And Manziel's going to have to channel some Fran Tarkenton to come in there, to go in the Arrowhead and get a win, right?
I know exactly where this thought process is
going. They don't know why we're laughing, but and I'm not going to do the impression now, but it's going to be like John Facenda's going to have to be in there talking about Manziel weaving the magic for the Cleveland Browns. It's going to have to be like
I
that.
Love that you couldn't help yourself.
I know. It was just like Rick James, the Rick James speech on skit on Chappelle's show. Yeah, he's talking about, I would never do that. I did that. Yeah. I just can't help myself. What can I say? But thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. For Blair, Sam, and Vahe, I'm Terez. Let's plug our stuff real quick. Hey, make sure you check out our podcast, our Chiefs podcast. We're doing that weekly on Sports Beat KC. So type in Sports Beat KC in the iTunes. Go ahead and rate and review that, because I know you're going to like it. We've done 2 with at least 3 of us the last few weeks. And we've gotten a lot of good responses, right? Like, haven't you guys heard good things?
For sure.
This podcast is killing it. So I want you guys to check that out. And also, holler at kansascity.com, man. We want your clicks. We're working hard out here. We're spending money to cover the team, and we're covering it well. So reward us with your clicks. We can appreciate that. And also, feel free to holler at any of us on Twitter. We're a pretty responsive group. So thanks again, guys. Again, for Blair, Sam, and Vahe, I'm Terez. Take it easy now.